Welcome to Unfold Data Science, friends. This is Aman here and I am a data scientist. In this video, I am going to start a new playlist on time series forecasting. So this topic was asked by many of you and this is a very important topic to know from every data science interview point of view. Okay. So if you say that you know time series well, it creates a very good impression before the recruiter. Okay. So what all we will learn in this video is we will learn what is time series data first of all. Then we will learn how time series forecasting is different from traditional machine learning. We will learn some of the basic approach of solving a time series problem. And then we will see what are some of the challenges which makes time series analysis a difficult topic to go through or difficult topic to work with. Okay. So first of all, what is time series data? So time series data is very simple to understand. Let's say Unfold Data Science becomes a huge company. Okay. Unfold Data Science grows and I list it in National Stock Exchange. Okay. So I list it in Stock Exchange. So I go and see the price of this stock at 10 a.m. Okay. 11 a.m. Okay. 12 p.m. Okay. And 1 p.m. Okay. So Unfold Data Science stock price at 10 a.m. is 300. At 11 is 310, at 12 is let's say 290 and at 1 is let us say 285. Okay. So what you are essentially seeing here is the value of the stock at a particular time interval. This data is nothing but a series data which is captured at different time. Okay. Hence this data is called a time series data. What can be the other example? What was the temperature before? What was the temperature before that? Day wise temperature capture. So that becomes weather forecasting, right? What can be the other example? The other example can be if you are jogging or exercising, how many steps did you jog? How many steps did you jog before that? Day wise capturing of that, right? So all these kind of data where you capture the magnitude at different time intervals is known as time series data. What is time series forecasting? Time series forecasting is I give you this data and I tell you what will be the price of Unfold Data Science at 2 p.m. I tell you, you are a data scientist, analyze this and tell me what will be the stock price at 2 p.m. Okay. So what can be the simplistic approach that you will take? You will say, you know what, I feel the price will not change from 1. So you can say directly 285. Very simple approach. Okay. Somebody can say, you know what, I feel why don't you take the average of 2 observations before. Okay. So why don't you do an average and just plug this number as a forecasted number. Okay. Somebody can say, hey, you are taking average means you are giving same weightage to both of these, but 285 is the more recent observations. Hence, why don't you give more weightage to 285 and less weightage to 290. Okay, the approach to that will be, let us say 290 into 0.2 plus 285 into 0.8. This is the forecasted value. So what I am doing here, I am just dividing 100% between 20% and 80%. 80% weightage to the recent observation, 20% weightage to the before that observation. We can include this also and distribute the weight accordingly. These are some of the approaches which you take for time series forecasting. Just some basic approaches I am talking about. I will go in more detail as well. Okay. One important thing to understand is how time series problems are different from traditional machine learning problem. So in traditional machine learning problem, you will have a data like this, right? You will have x, x1, you will have x2, and then you will have a x3 and a target variable, right? So how do you train your model? You train your model y, you train your model such that y depends on x1, x2 and x3. x1 and x2 and x3 are known as independent variables and y is known as dependent variable. Correct? In time series analysis, you do not have any such independent and dependent variables. What you have is just only one variable. So what we do, if you noted the examples what I described, I just took the previous observations as deciding factor for the next value. So if I have to decide the next value, I just took the previous observations as the input for that, which means my independent features are nothing but the series itself. Okay, that is the basic difference between normal machine learning and time series. Here you have different variables, here only one variable at different time intervals that act as your independent feature. Okay, moving to next thing, what makes time series model difficult or a tough thing to work with. Okay, so the very first thing you should understand is something known as seasonality. Okay, so what is this seasonality? If you take example of any tours and travels company in USA, what you will see is, if this is their sales data for last 3 years, right, then you will see that it goes like this, and every year in the December it peaks like this. Okay, the reason for this peak is nothing but it is a holiday season, right? It is a Christmas season. Hence every year in December you will see a peak like this. This is called seasonality of time series. So when you are working with time series data, you have to capture this seasonality, otherwise you will not be able to give proper forecast, right? This is seasonality. The second thing you have to understand is known as trends. So what is trends? Some companies over the period of time might be in an upward direction, their revenues. For example, if I in this chart also I can draw this chart like this as well, right? There is a seasonality, but at the same time the chart is also going up. So if you see, the chart is going up like this, which means that seasonality factor is there. In addition to seasonality, there is an upward trend also. Okay, this is known as the trend component of the time series, right? Seasonality and trend, two basic components. Third is unexpected events. Unexpected events. What is the unexpected events? Something like what we are going through now, right? So if you see the Sensex or Nifty chart or any stock market chart, you will see a huge dip in the month of March and April 2020. The reason for that is the current pandemic, right? So these kind of situations, whatever time series forecasting you do, the future events might not get captured if there is a future uncertain event or unexpected event, right? But in the past, if there are some unexpected event which has occurred for like, sometimes there is a regularity in that, then at least we can capture. But unexpected event, capturing this becomes very difficult. Okay, so these are some of the things that make your time series model or forecasting little tricky or little difficult. There are packages available, there are techniques using which you can know the seasonality, the trend, all these things, what kind of behavior the time series is showing, and you can forecast the future value. Okay, in my next video I will continue on different applications of time series, different data models that we use to work with time series, and I'll also show you in practical in Python how to work with those packages and those functions. If you have any doubts here, write me in comment. I'll see you all in the upcoming video. Till then, stay safe and take care.